This is the first of our tips and tricks videos. We will start with some basics. Once you start using this tool, you will find many uses for it. You may even discover some uses that we haven't yet. If you do, we hope you share them with us. The most common use for this tool is for filling holes and cracks with spackling, more commonly known as polyfiller. Polyfiller is a trade name, however, and owned by Lepage. But just like Kleenex, which most people refer to for any brand of facial tissue, most people refer to polyfiller no matter what type of spackling they are using. Later, we will get into the differences between the major brands of spackling. First, I will show you some different ways of handling the tool. One of the advantages of this tool is its flexibility. And depending on how and where you are holding it and the amount of pressure you exert on it, you can obtain various degrees of flex and surface coverage. As you can see, by using your fingers in different configurations, and depending on which direction you are traveling, you can achieve the desired amount of flex, no matter the situation or the surface. When using a new tube of spackling, first knead it for a while. About 15-20 seconds or so. Get it mixed up. And then cut the tip off. I like to cut it square, not on an angle, and cut so that the hole at the end of the tube is about 1/8 of an inch in diameter. Squeeze the tube at the bottom until material appears. Even if you have kneaded the tube, some liquid may come out first. Continue to hold some pressure on the bottom of the tube and put the top back on. Now, fold over the bottom of the tube and take a roll of 1-inch masking tape and apply it like so. You continue to roll it up as the spackling is depleted and retape again. This ensures that you will use all of the spackling and make for much better control of dispensing the material. An added benefit is that it always gives you a place to park the card when not in use. Now we'll show you how the tool is used to apply spackling for baseboards, casings, crown moldings, and similar materials. First, have handy a stack of paper towels cut into squares. These will be used for keeping both the tool and the tube clean. Also, have on hand a roll of painter's tape. Now you can either apply the spackling to the tool or to the material to be filled. You will see that when spreading the spackling, I flex the tool in such a way that it is virtually perpendicular to the work surface. You can apply as much pressure as you want. The tool will not harm even the most delicate surfaces. You want to completely fill the hole, but at the same time apply as little spackling as possible so as to minimize the amount of sanding required. Here are some examples. Note the use of masking tape in corner applications. Once the spackling is dry, usually around an hour or so, depending on the temperature and the humidity, you can then sand and repaint the material. I always pre-paint any trim before installation so that only those areas that have been filled and sanded will require any painting. I prefer using these products for sanding. There are various manufacturers of these products and they are all good. These foam blocks are for flat surfaces like this, and these foam pads are for contoured surfaces such as this. The blocks come in dual grit, either fine medium or medium coarse. For most spackling purposes, the fine medium is the choice, with the fine grit being preferable. The sanding sponges are of a single grit, as only one side of the pad has the grit. They come in fine and medium, and once again the fine is preferable. Here are some examples of sanding using the sponges. Note that light strokes are all that is required, and do not push too hard or you may dish in the holes. Once you have finished sanding, vacuum up the area using an attachment like this. And then finish up by wiping the surfaces with a cloth to get rid of that final bit of dust. Now the surfaces are ready for paint touch-up. When doing the touch-up painting, use a good cut-in brush and load up the brush to a maximum of 1 inch. If you're an experienced painter, you could then just cut in the paint like this. If you are not an experienced painter, or just don't want to take a chance of getting paint on adjacent surfaces, whether it is a hard surface like this, or even carpet, I recommend taping out the floor or any other surface that you do not want the paint to get on. It doesn't take that long to do and will actually make the painting go quite a bit faster. Tape out in individual, manageable overlapping strips. Finish off the taping by using the clear swipe tool to firmly adhere the masking tape beside the painted edge. This will assure that there is no bleeding under the tape. And you will see in the following clip that the tool is handy in finishing off taping out carpet as well. Now you are ready to do the touch-up. Try not to paint onto the tape, but if you do, not to worry. Once the paint is dry and you are sure that there are no spots that require a second coat, remove all the tape and you're done.